Okay, my friends, everyone who knows me knows that I use a feather to point out things of significance. And I have been railing against the refusal to listen by our educators. They are dictators, not teachers. Now, all of a sudden, this was dropped onto me, and I just use the feather because I just use it. Now, this is the legend of the talking feather and the talking stick. And it says the legends about the talking feather, talking stick came to be. Many tribes took credit for the stories, and there's several versions. And what it means is the one that holds the feather, it's a feather of truth. And that it means that when they speak the truth. And they're required to speak the truth. And they still use this in the Indian schools today. You see what it says here? The sacred feather, usually from an eagle, representing truth, freedom, wisdom, keen insight. Some tribes believe in using the feather from an owl, which represented protection, wisdom, strong insight into truth. The sacred stick was made from the bark of trees such as the oak, elm, and others. Then they embellished it with little ornaments like elk hide for physical ability, deer for gentleness, buffalo for abundance, rabbit for ears of listening, and other animals the tribes felt were sacred. Color played an important role in the creations. Certain tribes held different meanings for each color. For example, red symbolizes blood of life, white symbolizes truth, purity, blue is for healing, and so forth. Now, let's look at, I created my own stick. Now I saw that growing out in the yard one day and decided it would make a nice cane, so I turned it into a cane, and just when I discovered the idea that it should have a feather attached, and then that would be the stick of truth. It is now my stick of truth. And this is where I do some of my research here, mud fossils and so forth, trying to learn about our Mother Earth and about the secrets that are held within. And there is a lot. And something I want to tell you right now. The blood of the earth. This is a foot. Believe it or not, that is a foot. You look at it and say, oh, no, that can't be a foot. Yes, it is. And that is where the bone would have gone in the back. And that's why there is moss growing from it, because it loves that spot, because that's where the blood would have been. You have to understand Mother Nature. You have to understand where we live and what we live on and what our history was. It's much, much, much different than what we've been told. It's time that we all were able to hold a stick of truth and be able to speak and be able to be heard and not be forced to listen only.